Welcome back to Creasonomics with your host, Mr. Gray. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, it's been a while. I'm sorry, once again, like I said in the last video, being that Nike has been pushing back some of their releases or not dropping them or postponing them, it's been harder to get shoes early to review for you guys. But today, I have the shoe that for me is exciting. It may not be as exciting for some of you, but since I'm excited about it, I'm gonna review it. I've been waiting to get this shoe for a while now. I'm gonna dub it the next best thing to Tom Sachs Mars Yard 2.0. In my opinion, once again, it's just my opinion. I feel it is. But before we jump into that, first, as usual, let's get a little visual of the box. Got the box here. It says Jumpman on the front. 3 zeros, 23. Designed for flight right here. I don't know if you can see that. Designed for flight. So just some normal details. Nothing too crazy on the box. Nothing too crazy. And on the inside, you know, the wax regular paper. Actually, the paper actually has some very minimal designs, hard to see, but also on the paper it says, you know, it has 3 zeros and then 23. And then right in here on the inside of the box, you know, it says Jumpman, inspired by greatness, designed for flight. So before we just hop right into the shoe, this shoe is a Jordan, of course, as we know, it's a Jordan branded shoe. It's a part of their collection, their 23 engineered collection. It's a new collection that I guess they started last year during the the Paris Fashion Week. And this is there may have been shoes that dropped last year from this new 23 engineered collection, but I had not heard of them. But this is the first model I've heard of thus far. So just so you know, there's already been a drop earlier this month. There was the Jordan Delta SP dropped in a sale colorway, which wasn't the one I was looking forward to. When all the pictures came out, I saw the Vachetta Tan, or hopefully I said that correctly, and that's the one I knew I wanted immediately. The Vachetta Tan comes out on May 14th, and there's a black version, which I'm not sure if I want it. It doesn't look as appealing to me yet, but maybe I'll grow to love it. Either way, today the black one comes out, I believe it is June 6th. And once again, all release dates are subject to move because Nike can do whatever the heck they want. But now let's jump into the shoe. And before we go deeply into the shoe, let's talk about the things in the shoe that are similar to the Mars Yard. To me, I'm trying to make sure you guys see it the way I see it, but to me, it's not exactly the Mars Yard. It's not the Mars Yard. It is the Jordan Delta SP, but it has a lot of similarities. You know, as you know, the Mars Yard has, you know, the red strap on the front, on the heel of the toe, but it also has a red strap on the tongue. Well, this one has a mint green strap on the tongue, which that reminds me, I did not read the colors to you, something I neglected. I apologize. So this is a size 10.5. The colors are Vachetta Tan, Gem Red, and Jade Aura. Instead of Jade, I'm gonna go with mint green. That works for me. Not much else to see. Retails for, doesn't have it up here, but I believe it retails for $150, which actually I'm still surprised it doesn't have the price up here, which is weird because most of the time the price is on the box. But anyway, so back into before we jump into all about the shoe, there's different things about the shoe. I just want to go more into the similarities between the Jordan Delta SP and the Mars Yard. So like I said, you have the Mars Yard has a red strap back here. There's a red strap on the Jordan Delta. The Mars Yard has a red strap on the tongue. This one has a mint green strap. The Mars Yard has that full sail outsole. But this one also has the full sail. So, but if you think about it too, the Mars Yard also has a somewhat multi-layered, I guess a 2-layered sole, but this does also, as you can see, you have a different colored sole here, but you also right here in the middle you have another different colored sole also. So once again, that's one thing that makes it similar. Once again, I'm not saying they're the same, but I'm saying they're similar. You know, the Mars Yard has that, the mesh on the Mars Yard is more of a light or an off-white cream color. The mesh, all the mesh and all the suede and different colors on this are all tan. So yes, they are different shoes, but they share a lot of similarities. Jordan Brand knew that they were using, they're not stupid, they're not idiots by far. They knew they were using some of the cues from, and once again, if you build a shoe or engineer or design a shoe through Nike, it comes their intellectual property, and they can use parts of it in another shoe that they decide to design later. And they absolutely did use aspects of the Mars Yard in this shoe. One thing that they did, so you won't see it here, but on the screen you should see, in the sale version of the Jordan Delta, they actually have the cork insoles. Well, of course, if you own the Mars Yard, they also have the cork insole. They did not. I guess they purposely did not want to make this too obvious that it was trying to be the Mars Yard, and they did not give this the cork insole, which I was disappointed because I was really hoping they would put the cork insole on this. So now that we're over the similarities and we've gotten through that, let's go into just the details and the different nuances about this shoe. So one big difference, you know, it's a Jordan branded shoe. It does not have a Nike check on it. They went really low key on putting Nike checks on it, but you know, you do have once again there are several branded areas here. You can see the Jordan three different versions of the Jordan logo in here, almost like a silhouette, like a lighter silhouette of the Jordan logo, a solid silhouette of the Jordan logo, and then the full Jordan logo on the inside. But of course, you can notice at the top of the full Jordan logo, it does not say Air Jordan like you're typically used to seeing. Once again, there's so many small details in here. I just got the shoe today. I've already worn it because I was just trying to see, you know, how comfortable it was. It's a light shoe. It's very airy. And I really like it. And so I was gonna come on camera and pretty much we want to learn to shoot together, which is technically what I'm doing right now. So you can see that, I don't know if you can see that, on the tongue there, you can see that there's a kind of a stitched in Jordan logo, a Jumpman, and the 23, I don't know if you can see that, 23 right there on the tongue. The tongue has that deconstructed look, just like the tongues you see on Off-Whites, on Virgil Abloh's Off-White sneakers. So once again, they took several cues from their other sneakers, which is not a problem to me. It definitely feels like a premium shoe. It's very lightweight. I do like that about it. One thing I appreciated about it most, because like I said, I've been wearing it right now for about an hour or two. I just, you know, walked outside a bit, walked through the house just to kind of get a feel for it. I haven't owned any sneakers with a React sole. I've heard they were comfortable, but now I have experienced comfort, and I do like this. This is I'm used to wearing Jordan 1s and Blazers a lot, and they're not normally as cushiony, of course, on the bottom. To me, they're not. They're not uncomfortable, but they're not the most comfortable. But this right here is a good replacement to me for my good replacement to my Yeezy 350s, which I wear, you know, everywhere. But this is now for me going to be my everywhere shoe. This is what I would consider a lifestyle shoe. A shoe that you can just wear. You can either wear for walking, running, or just regular everyday wear. I like the mint green I like the mint green colors on the tongue. Once again, I don't even know if you guys can see it. Wait, here we go. Maybe this will help you guys see it better. So I like how you have the mint green going through the tongue. Even the shoestrings are mint green, which I think is pretty awesome. Even the insole is mint green. That I don't even know on the heel what color that is, but it has, it's so much going on in the shoe. It's a lot of different overlays of different material. Some of the material is the same material but of different thicknesses. It has a lot of different, like right here, this almost looks like a deconstructed, what is it? I guess that's definitely suede. So you have suede here across the heel, but then coming up into the toe box, you have more suede. Right, going up. They don't meet at the front. They kind of stop right here. But then you have several mesh areas, you know, right here on the toe box, which helps the shoe. Actually helps the shoe breathe. It's not really stuffy inside the shoe. If you've ever had a shoe that's really well built, which this is well built, but doesn't have, I guess, mesh and doesn't breathe well, this shoe breathes perfectly. You have mesh through the sides. It's a very soft and airy shoe. But then you have a tighter mesh right through here. It's just like overlay after overlay. I mean, it's well engineered. I really like it. I hate to sound like a fanboy, but I don't know if you can sound like a fanboy for a shoe that's a first. This is a first. But anyway, you can see here, as on the box, you have the 3 zeros and then 23. I don't know exactly what the whole goal of this red stitching was right here, but this is interesting. Instead of eyelets, it actually has a what would we call that? Some type of just some type of cloth material here that the shoestrings actually just loop in throughout the actual cloth material, and then that actual eyelet, well, it's not an eyelet, but the substitute eyelet that's not an eyelet actually is what you get sewn in right here by this little red swatch you can see right there. This thing, I don't even know if you can see it. This little gray, or I don't even know what to call it. It's gray, little square. It's not even a square. I don't even know what that is. Either way, it's a reflective material. I had to take a picture of it earlier just to verify it was actually reflective. So it's a reflective material right there. You can see through parts of the sole, that TPU material going through there. The whole sole, like I said, it's a full React sole throughout the whole sole, which is something like I said, I've never experienced before and I really like. And you got the under part of the shoe. It's another under part of the shoe. I don't judge shoes by the soles really. But I like it, you know. I like seeing that Jumpman. If I buy a Jordan, I need to see a Jumpman. So in total, I have about 2 Jumpmans. Like I said, we got one on the tongue, which is a little difficult to see. This is interesting. I didn't even see that. Okay, so even on this Mars Yard like pull tab on the tongue, you know, it says Jumpman. That you have 3 zeros and 23 going on the inside of the shoe. Shoot, even the insole, it's not like, God knows, I don't even know how to describe the insole. I'm not pulling out, guys. You know I'm funny about pulling out my insoles. So even the insole, you can tell has pore. I'm gonna say it's porous. Most of the insoles are just kind of solid. They don't seem breathable. But I don't know if you can actually see that on camera. I'm gonna try. See if you can. It actually is porous. You can actually see the small holes through it to kind of help make the shoe, or help your foot breathe while it's in the shoe. I really like this shoe. Like I said, I spent a couple hours in it today just walking around, just trying to get a good feel of it. And it's definitely something that I'm going to be wearing a lot. Sorry, I'm still learning the shoe myself. So we're kind of learning it together. I'm trying to see if I can actually see my hand through that mesh. No, I can't. Thought I could. No, can't see my hand through the mesh. Once again, it retails for $150. The Vachetta Tan comes out on May 14th, and then the black version is going to come out on, just slated for June 6th. Once again, all release dates are subject to change as Jordan or Nike feels how they want to do. This has been dubbed, from what I've read, in some places, the poor man's Mars Yard, Tom Sachs Mars Yard, whichever way it's supposed to go. I'm happy with it. I still would like to have the Tom Sachs Mars Yard NikeCraft, but it's a little bit out of my range. And for people who don't feel like spending anywhere between $4,000 and $5,000, to me, I'm gonna say this is your next best. The next best thing. It's unique. It's just as unique as the Mars Yard, and it has several similarities about it. One of the things I like, sadly, I was about to close out. There's one, and I think it's the last thing. Like I said, I'm discovering this also almost the same time as you guys, because I spent more time wearing it than actually staring at it. This is just interesting. I do like this silhouetted Jordan logo, the Jordan logo. I do really, or the wings logo. I really do like that, how it's silhouetted, and it's not actually detailed like the regular one. It's like they gave this shoe its own feel. They said, we're not trying to make another Jordan basketball shoe. We're making something different, but that's still a part of Jordan. So once again, this is a part of the 23 engineered collection from Jordan. This is the left shoe. Just says Jumpman on the inside. Outside of that, everything on both shoes that I can see is exactly the same. So be ready May 14th. If you want to get the poor man's Mars Yard, I feel bad for saying that because I love the shoe. Either way, thanks for tuning in. My next review should be the Jordan 1 High Royal Toe that just shock dropped yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, and I did get that. I got a W on that. It's interesting though. Great Britain's, I noticed they're dropping it. Everybody, in different geographical locations drops their shoes. I noticed that theirs is called the White Royal. I just think it's interesting, depending on where it releases, what country it releases, it may get a slightly different variation in name. Companies do that, like when movies drop, a lot of times the movie may need to be altered if it's in a country that doesn't like a certain thing, or the name may need to be changed depending on, how it fits in different countries. So I don't know what the whole point of it being called White Royal in Great Britain is for, but whatever, I don't care. Here, where I am currently, it's called it's the Jordan 1 Royal Toe. Name is a name, as long as I get the shoe. One thing I have noticed, and I'm trying to cut this off, this video is way longer than I want it to be, is I've noticed that the ship dates, and I understand because Nike has put up a disclaimer saying that because of the whole thing going on with the pandemic, that shipping times are taking a little bit longer, and I have noticed that it's taking a little bit longer to get you get your order notification, but to get that delivery notification that when you get your tracking number, it is taking longer. So of course it's not their fault. There's a lot of underlying factors into where the shoe's coming from, may be slower because of everything being shut down, or also so many more people now are shipping. Because we're all stuck at home, so we're all ordering way more than we normally order just to keep ourselves from going crazy inside of our house. But anyway, I gotta stop because I'm rambling. Guys, I just want to thank you for tuning in once again. I apologize for being gone so long. Pray, guys, that... Oh, shoot, I got 2 more reviews for you coming in. I forgot. I got the Fogs. The Fear of God's Triple Noir. Triple Black. Something I could say better. I got those on Saturday, so I'm waiting for those to come in. So that should be the next video. And then I have the Jordan 1 Royal Toe, so that should be after that. It would be nice to get those shoes before they drop. But either way, hopefully I could get them. I'll get them in time to just review them for you guys. And hopefully you guys will appreciate that. But once again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I apologize that this video was so long. It shouldn't have been. Especially for a shoe that, I hate to say it, most of you guys will probably not love as much as I do, because I know everybody loves to want to see a dunk. And I like to see dunks. I got several dunks back here. Everybody wants to see a Jordan 1. I got a bunch of Jordan 1s back here. But this is off the beaten path. And I love a lot of off the beaten path shoes. It's different. I'm trying to think of my differently. I don't know. It falls in line with, like I've been telling you guys, I love the browns. Different shades of browns. Just give it to me. Different shade of brown, just give it to me. I mean, anytime you can find me a new shade shade of some type of brown, I want it. I gotta have it. And this, once again, this falls into that blocking. But most of all, I've been wanting those Mars Yards forever, and I know I will never, ever, ever, ever pay $4,000 to $5,000 unless I get a shoe that's worth $4,000 or $5,000. I sell it, and then I use that money to buy the Mars Yard. Then I'll have it. But other than that, I won't. So, guys, I apologize. Went too long. Please subscribe. Please subscribe if you think anything I said was slightly interesting in the least. Please subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. It makes me happy every time I see so-and-so subscribe to my channel. I do not take it lightly. When I see that, I say, oh, wow, I said something that touched somebody's sneaker-shaped heart. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Mr. Gray out.